Good day, this 161st day, meaningful moments, 365 days. So today's meaningful moment came with these lovely ones, these lovely orchids. And there's a story behind these, and that is that they're kind of like the comeback kids. And what I mean by that is that during the transition and the move a few months ago, they had a space in the other location that we lived in, and they really loved it there and they really thrived there. And then upon coming here, even though it was the same light, it was just different. And I presume, energetically speaking, it was just a different scene. And they had to readjust. And we had these moments where it looked like it had gone. And originally we found this one in our old patio area. You know, somebody had discarded it and left it by the bushes, and we picked it up and nursed it back to health. And, you know, now I'm seeing all this new life, these little buds that are coming out on it once again, and it's starting to bloom again. And it just keeps reaffirming to me, just like this plant behind us here too, which we're nursing back to health, that we have these situations when we are faced with something that looks like it's changed, or, you know, we see a dark place that an individual is experiencing in their life, or we see circumstances out in the world, and then, you know, we're having a hope that they come back to their highest version of themselves, the highest version of the situation, the best version of the situation, that they return, that there's a balance, returning to goodness somehow. And I don't mean goodness like in good or bad, I mean like a pure essence of their highest version. And we have this notion that, you know, what we see with our eyes makes us doubt or worry or focus in on what it is that we see that's disturbing on the outside. In this case, it was, you know, buds that were dying before they even had bloomed. And, you know, just like a weakness that had overcome them, and, you know, the vitality had been leaving them. And now, you know, we're seeing that they're coming back and the colors coming back strong. All those kinds of things, this life force, this aliveness that's coming to them again. But this we can apply to all those kinds of things that I mentioned just a few minutes ago, to conditions, circumstances, other people, all those kinds of things that exist all around us. And the meaningful moment was about the comeback. And the comeback is true for every one of us. We can think of our own lives, our journey, places where we hit, where we had to overcome different kinds of situations. And there was a comeback. And perhaps you, yourself right now, or someone else is in that place where you're waiting for that comeback with hope. And I suppose there is a place in the widest scope possible that hope is diminished by the fact that there's a trust and a certainty that we are already here in the comeback already. But for most of us, we're traveling on that journey and we're having these different experiences and learning about things like what it means to trust, what it means to keep a faith that is the endurance of hope. So thinking about that today, and the comeback here, the comeback that each of us experience in life, and waiting it out with a trust and a faith, waiting it out with a certainty. And that's something that we cultivate. It doesn't come naturally for all of us. But, you know, we witness and we are the testimony of that comeback. And so this was the meaningful moment as I looked at these beautiful beings today and looked around me and associated it with other pieces of my own life and those around me. And wherever you are today in your circles, may you be that grounding force that nourishes and nurses back to that life around you. And that not only you are the comeback and hold that space for others, but that you allow for them to also be the comeback of their own destiny. Blessings, friends.